If you'd asked me a few years ago which season was my favourite, I'd have said summer through and through. I used to dream of living a life of endless summers, long days, beautiful sunshine, and I used to spend my winters counting down till the springtime, wishing for that warmer weather to come around. I would complain, I would get irritable, I would be grumpy about the short days and the cold grey weather. But I've slowly come to the realisation that life is short and precious. And it's a pretty miserable way to live if you're spending half the year counting down to the other half of the year, wishing your days away. So I've realised that we have so much power over our lives. We have more power than we realise, and that starts with our own thoughts. So if you can change the way you think about something, you're really making a big difference in your life. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 6 ways that I romanticize autumn and winter, and hopefully by the end of this video, you'll actually start thinking differently about autumn and winter if you're somebody like me who used to just hate them and wish those days away. I've started viewing this part of the year as cozy season. So while in the spring and summer, I tend to be out and about a lot, going on adventures, traveling, I like to think of that as my extrovert time, where I'm saying yes to lots of things and doing lots of things outside. Whereas my winter months can be more about getting cozy, getting introverted, and being at home more, really enjoying that home environment and hibernating away a little bit. It's a chance to rest and recharge and build up my energy. So let's get into the 6 ways that I romanticize autumn and winter. Number 1 is taking the time to start a creative hobby at home. So I'd like to say thank you to Skillshare for very kindly sponsoring this video. So as the nights are drawing in and I spend a bit more time at home being cozy, one of the things I love to do is to be more creative, doing crafts and hobbies at home. And recently I've been getting into acrylic painting. So in our kitchen, we've got this big blank wall, and I've been thinking for a long time that it would be really great to have like this big, bold piece of art there. And I started looking around at original paintings, and they are like way outside of my price bracket. So then I started looking at prints, and even those are really expensive to have like this huge piece of art, especially if you want it framed. And so I was like, right, how about I actually just make something myself and learn to paint a big piece of art that I can have proudly hanging in our kitchen. And it's so nice to have things that are homemade. And so I've decided to learn how to do acrylic painting. It's such a nice way to spend an evening just at home, relaxing, doing a painting rather than sitting watching TV. And I found this class on Skillshare, which I've been loving, which is Acrylic Painting, Learn the Basics for Beginners by Lori-Ann Gonzalez. And there are so many other creative classes to choose from as well. So after this painting class, I'm really excited to get stuck into this drawing class from Mimi Chow. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and so much more. Skillshare can help you take your career, skills, hobbies, passions, or side hustles to the next level. And Skillshare has recently added a really cool new feature, which is learning paths, where you can move through a set of classes from beginner to advanced level to get a really deep understanding of a specific skill or competency. And the other thing I love about Skillshare is there are so many categories of classes. One in particular that I'm really interested to dive into is productivity, where you can join classes like this one from Unjaded about evidence-based study tips. This would have been so helpful for me when I was in medical school. I think it would have saved me so much time studying. And there's also this bullet journaling class, which would be such a cozy hobby to take up in the winter months. There's nothing I like more than cozying up with my favourite hot drink, with my journal, just doing a bit of reflection, thinking about things deeply and getting my thoughts out on paper. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Number 2 is eating and drinking seasonal food. How lovely is it in the autumn and winter months to indulge in your favourite comfort foods? So the other day, I got my slow cooker out and I made beef stew and dumplings, and then for dessert, apple crumble, and it was divine. The apples were our own homegrown apples, which fills my heart with so much joy. And in the beef stew, I put some pumpkin, which was very kindly gifted to us from one of our next door neighbours who'd grown it in their own garden. And it just felt like so wholesome to be eating this really lovely, warming food. There's nothing better than all these like warm, lovely meals in autumn and winter. Things like cinnamon buns, hot chocolate with cream and marshmallows, chunky soups, and roast dinners. You just can't beat it. Number 3 is taking a bit of time to reflect and work on yourself. I love the fact that in the winter you can spend more time at home, and it's a great time to do some introspection. I love setting myself a couple of days in the autumn and winter to just think about what I want from the next year. I reflect on the year that's gone, and I look forward and think about the goals and the things that I want to work on in the upcoming year. And I think there's something magical about taking that time to think deeply about yourself and your goals and your vision for your future. One of my coaching colleagues, Debbie Edwards, talks about slingshots, and she says that it's really powerful to take some time back to rest and recharge before launching yourself forward. And when you give yourself that chance to pull back, you're fueling yourself with energy to move forward. So I encourage you to take some time over the autumn and winter to do some self-reflection and think about things deeply. Next is giving yourself the chance to make your home feel like a really cozy sanctuary for yourself in the autumn and winter, a real place to just come and relax and rest and recharge. And when I'm thinking about making my home lovely over the autumn and winter, I like to think about the 5 senses. So how can you make your home smell gorgeous? My favorite way to do this is with scented candles, and I treated myself to one the other day from Marks and Spencer's, and it smelled absolutely divine. I'll leave the name of it down in the description box below because it's in the other room and I can't remember which one it was, but it smells so good. I also like to have really nice soft lighting, so lamps rather than using the big overhead lights, just to make it feel warm and inviting. And I have some cozy playlists as well. So I love to listen to jazz music, especially while I'm cooking. And also, if you go on YouTube, type in like jazz cafe, and some YouTube videos have like an ambient video, and we like to put that up on the TV screen. So it's like a picture of a video of a beautiful cafe, and then there's like lovely jazz music playing, and it just feels so cozy. And one of the other things that I love about autumn and winter is cozying up with loads of blankets, surrounded by cushions and nice hot drink, and just reading for hours on end. Create a cozy little reading nook for yourself. Next is autumn and winter fashion. I know that the summer is amazing, but there is something wonderful about autumn fashion. Getting the chance to put on really nice chunky jumpers and thick socks and your boots and lovely warm scarves. And who doesn't love a loungewear set? This is something I want to treat myself to, get myself some nice warm loungewear that I can wear at home and just feel like super comfortable. And finally, and I think this is probably my favorite part of romanticizing autumn and winter, is time in nature. The seasons have so much to offer us in terms of how nature changes with them. One of the things my mum always says is that she does the same walk with the dog most days and she never gets bored of it, because every day there's something new because of the changing of the seasons. There is so much beauty in that. So at the moment, I've noticed on one of my walks that there are sloe berries growing and some of the leaves are changing colour and starting to fall. I'm starting to notice different birds and different animals around, and it's just so gorgeous. So I'd encourage you to spend more time outside noticing things and actually observing nature changing with the seasons. So I hope this video has encouraged you to lean into autumn and winter, and instead of thinking of it as a time you've just got to get through and a time that you're counting down until spring arrives, to actually start enjoying it and leaning into those cozy grey days, using it as an opportunity to cocoon yourself, hibernate away a little bit, do a bit of self-reflection, get cozy, enjoy reading some books, enjoy starting a new craft or a creative hobby. Don't forget to check out that link to Skillshare down below. If you've enjoyed watching this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos and you get notified each time I upload. If you've enjoyed this video, you're going to enjoy this video right here, where I talk about living a soft life, which is all about making life as easy and comfortable for yourself as possible. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!